in Leicester. This is meeting number 7 between Anderson and Heta, and one of those head-to-head records that's got a curious slant to it, because 3 of them have been on the other side of the world.
To throw first for the ball.
Over on the World Series, a couple in 2018, and then Heta got his first win against Gary Anderson en route to that incredible Brisbane Darts
25.
Masters title, which really propelled him into the wider consciousness in darting terms. It's just the 4th meeting they've had since Heta made the move over to England. Had some pretty significant ones
25.
as well. Heta winning a final in 2022, averaging 107. There are 2 massive scorers who will outscore the other, go on to reach the semi-final. It's a very stacked bottom half of the draw, because the winner of this will face the winner of either Josh Rock or Peter Wright.
And again, please.
That game currently over on streaming board number 1.
Outside.
Game of darts will break out at some point.
25, Gary.
Gary Anderson will commence it.
First leg.
Already a
Gary
winner
to throw
on the
first.
Pro Tour
Game
this year. It was very much a David v Goliath sort of meeting against Adam Lipscomb. That one went the way that you
140.
expected it to. 8-3 over in Hildesheim. Heta not yet to record a win. He's not got to a final yet. It's been
93.
a slightly disappointing start to the year, I dare say, for the Heat Damon Heta. A couple of quarterfinals, but not a huge deal to shout about. Heta is a player who has had such a good record in these tournaments
58.
since travelling halfway around the world to relocate. They give being a professional darter a proper go.
40.
350 after 6. Could he score 350 in 6? Well, he's desperate to stay there for obvious reasons. 180 leaves a 170 out shot.
140.
Always looked tricky, though, the way those first 2 darts were laying in the board.
96. 100.
Double top for Gary Anderson.
Game shot in the
Perfect
first.
readjustment, and Gary Anderson has taken the lead. 15 darter, which all you darting statos know is a ton average.
140.
Real mixed bag in the last 8. I did mention that
131.
Anderson and Heta, the winner of that, will face Rock or Wright. We've only got 1 more seeded player in the other half of the draw. Cameron Menzies is leading Matthew Dennant by a leg to 0.
44.
Neil Zonneveld 3-0 up against Adam Lipscomb. It is possible we could get a repeat of that Anderson-Lipscomb final, although
180.
the big baby, as he is affectionately known on the back of his shirt, that is not just a pejorative term I've made up, will need to come back.
96.
120.
Yes, sir. 138.
Good setup from Anderson. Not a good setup from Heta. So Gary Anderson with a chance for an 11-dart break of throw.
Game shot on the second.
He makes a habit out of doing things like that in these floor tournaments. We already know that he is one of the most talented, one of the most decorated players we've ever seen in the sport.
131.
seems to have carved out a niche over the past few years of playing really well in this more sterile environment.
$46. 84. 140.
Heta's averages have ranged from between 91 and 100 today. Seeing off Benjamin Royce, Lucas Feyenig, Stefan Henderijk, and Luke Woodhouse.
121.
That game against Woody, probably the toughest assignment he's had so far.
$60.
Anderson leaves 148. Now, Woodhouse actually did take a 148 checkout against Heta last time.
$140.
Another one there. Double 14. Gary Anderson with a 148 finish. He just never seems to lose it. The Flying Scotsman flies out of the traps into a 3-0 lead. Damon Heta will despise that particular number now because he's been
40.
Had it hit against him twice.
$180. $54.
Heta averaging over a ton, but he's not had a dart at double, so it's artificially high. You won't get many chances at the outer ring when your opponent is piling scores in like that, averaging 116 himself.
$97.
This is the last round of the tournament where players will be going first to 6. It's first to 7 in the semi-finals, first to 8 in the final.
97.
Looks at the treble 18. Now he goes bullseye instead.
145.
Oh, straight in the red bit. And then in the red bit at the top of the board, exhibition stuff from Gary Anderson. There's nothing Damon Heta can do to stop this barrage. Josh Rock has the highest average of the day, 119.04 in his demolition job of Richie Edhouse. Anderson has got some way to go to match or surpass that. He did it so often last year, averaging in the 110s. As Damon Heta reminds us, there are 2 players in this game.
81. $58. 100. $180.
Second 180 in this 5th leg for Damon Heta. The only issue is, has he left these big visits too late?
134.
Anderson leaves 95. Heta may only get 1 go at the bull. 16 or treble. It is the bullseye. And Damon Heta pins it.
Leg.
Quality for Heta. Break of throw as well. It's a long road back, but he has to start somewhere. That is a third 180 in 4 scoring visits. It is a scintillatingly good impression of Gary Anderson. He's in again.
140.
Hopes of a 9-darter kiboshed, but Heta 181 after 6. Lovely start to this leg.
105. 64. 139.
Double 19. Double top.
Game shot on the 6th.
Only
leg.
needed 3 darts to take that out. Anderson was a long way back. 100% on the doubles for Heta, who's
140.
now pretty much matching Anderson in terms of averages.
99.
Slight difference in favour of the Scotsman. But this has been a breathtaking game of darts.
125. 140.
First man through to the semi-finals is Neil Zonneveld. He's beaten Adam Lipscomb 6-1.
100.
He's looking to reach his first final in senior PDC darts. Peter Wright 4-2 up against Josh Rock, whose long unbeaten stint here in Leicester could be coming to an end.
138.
He currently stands at 15 matches.
$100.
Gary Anderson's potential place in the semi-finals could be under threat as well, because Damon Heta is now looking at the bullseye. He's pinned this already.
99.
He fails to pin it again. First missed dart at double. Anderson, after, by his standards, a couple of legs off, is back in at the double and is now 1 leg away from victory.
$58. 140.
Could be an amazing day for Scotland. Anderson, Peter Wright and Cameron Menzies all leading their respective quarterfinals.
100. 140. 60. 100.
Just manages to get the third dart in. Heta won't get to a finish.
60.
1-2-1 now for Gary Anderson. Double top for a 6-2 win.
81.
We'll be back.
$99.
Double 10.
Game
Gary
shot and the
Anderson
match.
does
Gary
it
Anderson.
again. Another mega performance from the Flying Scotsman. Damon Heta almost looked bedraggled in that handshake, and it's no wonder. He averages 105 himself and yet loses by 4.